What's going on, guys? Zach back with another video, and today is the first time I've actually been in front of this camera in about 6 months. So it's good to be back. Hope you guys enjoy what you see here. Let's just jump right into it. Today we're going to be going over my top 5 knives that I've been carrying, top 5 favorite over the last little bit. But before we do that, let's jump into a little pocket dump. So phone is going to be the same old Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. Love this thing, absolutely love it. The flashlight hasn't changed. Still the tactile turn Apollo CWF collab. Awesome little flashlight. Wallet, again, hasn't changed at all. It's still the Tailored by Cortez Cujo V2 wallet, and it is developing such a good patina. Let me see if I can show you if this will even show up. I really hope it does. So this is what it looks like now, and that is the leather that it used to be, or at least pretty close to it. So developing a really nice patina. That's it for the pocket dump. Not really interesting. What is interesting though is these knives. So let's jump right into it. Starting with number 5 on the list is going to be a little polarizing, but we're going to start it off with the Hinderer XM18. And the reason I think this is a little lower on the list is just due to pocket time. I haven't had as much experience with this knife as the other ones. And also I haven't really dove too deep into the tri-way pivot that Hinderer has on this. I have the nylon washers, I have the phosphor bronze washers, but right now it's just sitting on the stock bearings. I love this knife. It is such a good knife. I just, one, haven't had the pocket time on it to really give this a go for its money. I actually just cut down a ton of boxes using this, and it felt great. It really did. Again, just don't have much pocket time on this. And this is the bronze titanium, the Coyote G10, and the S45 VN. I'm a big fan of S45. I know some people are gonna say it's a little outdated. There's a bunch of other better knives, better steels out there. I just love the basics. I love S45, I love M390, stuff like that. I just like what I like. It works, and it works really good. So number 5, Hinderer XM18. Moving up to number 4, let me go with this one. Spyderco Para 3. This one is rocking the Rips Garage Tech titanium scales in this awesome, let's zoom in on here. These like sine wave almost pattern titanium scales. I love the blue titanium ano he did on these. Of course, it's got a Lynch Northwest pocket clip. It does have a Flightanium bronze titanium backspacer, and this one is a little special because, let's see if I can get in here. This is the CPM 10V River's Edge Cutlery exclusive run that they did on these. Again, Para 3, easily GOAT EDC knife. Ergos, size, everything is just awesome. And especially with these skinny scales, it really just changes up this whole knife. Makes it so much easier and just more comfortable to carry overall. Reason this is on my number 4 spot, even though I just said it is a GOAT knife for me, you'll see there are other knives that I definitely prefer to carry over this, even though this does get in the pocket a lot. Multiple times a week, this is going in the pocket. Number 3 on the list, and it is going to be this guy. So, fixed blade. Got a couple fixed blades, a couple folding knives on here, but this one is going to be number 3 on my list. And this is the BMKT Fieldspec Explorer. And this has the bronze scales, the sheep's foot Warncliffe style blade shape on there. And this one is Magna Cut. And I've kind of been putting this one through its paces a little bit. Been using this to process a lot of the cardboard that we just had over the last little bit for our move. And it's honestly been handling really well. I really like the brass scales on this. I love the blade to handle ratio. And yeah, overall just a really, really great EDC blade for pocket carry. Does have the fold over Kydex sheath and really good retention, absolutely no rattle. And yeah, just a super, super solid knife. I do wish that, again, my complaint with most fixed blades is going to be the sheath. I'm really partial to deep carry pocket sheaths, and yeah, I haven't found any really good pocket carry solutions for this other than Ulti-Clip. It works, but again, why it's number 3 is just the pocketability of it is not there right now. Fantastic fixed blade. Again, the Kydex sheath isn't bad. Just for my preferences and how I carry my knives, I just prefer something a little more deep-seated in the pocket. But let's move on to, before we get into the top 2, let's pull out some honorable mentions. That is something I want to do. I've got 3 honorable mentions that I want to talk about. And the first one is going to be another fixed blade. And the one that I'm going to bring out is this one. This is the Trevax Trek. Super, super solid, fully USA made fixed blade. And it's fully machined. I don't think really, except for the edge, I think this thing is pretty much fully CNC'd. And I've talked about this a little bit. I have a full review on this on my channel a few videos back, but this is a solid knife. Really, really easy to grip, easy in the hands, lightweight, not a lot of bulk to it, which is honestly super nice for a pocket fixed blade. And even the grind lines, if we zoom in here, see if we can get a really good view. There we go. All of these grind lines are CNC'd up to that edge. And it's just a really nice piece of work coming out of Trevax. Most of you probably know Trevax based on of their wallets. They make some solid wallets, but I saw this on their website. I want to say it's around 150, 160. Don't quote me on that price. I'm just ballparking. For a fully USA made fixed blade in S35. Is this S35? Yep, S35 VN. And really just a nice blade to carry. Reason it didn't make the list is same reason the BMKT Fieldspec came in at number 3, is really just the sheath. Again, solid sheath, but being that you have this much handle sticking out, if I have it in the pocket, it's digging into my waist no matter what I do. I would love to get my hands on a deep carry pocket sheath for this, have one made by somebody. Just don't have the money for that because the Army does not pay super well. So this is honorable mention number 1. Again, solid fixed blade, just the sheath on it is not my favorite. Moving on to honorable mention number 3, or number 2. Honorable mention number 2. This guy. And this is the Chavez Redención 229 with the kickstop. I love this knife. This is absolutely one of my all-time favorite knives to carry. The reason that it is only an honorable mention on this list is because I do have some other knives that have kind of beat this one out. And this one is an absolute workhorse. Beefy, bulky, really, really mean compound grind on there. And I did carry this mostly when I was still doing HVAC. But now that I don't really need as much of a hard use tank of a knife as this one is, it just hasn't found its way back into the pocket as much. Again, I still carry it, still love it. There are just knives that I like to carry a little bit more than this one. So that's why this is honorable mention number 2. Honorable mention number 3 is going to be Benchmade Bug Out. And this one is actually a really solid knife. I have been loving this knife a lot lately since I got it in. And it has been putting in some work. Again, use this to process some boxes. I really love the aluminum scales on here from Aimfront. Has almost this AR-15 mag style. And I did throw on a black micarta backspacer from Flytanium just to throw in some flair on there. But Bug Out, solid knife. Again, same reason I put the Chavez on the honorable mentions, same reason I put the Travax on the honorable mentions. It's just this doesn't see enough pocket time to really make it onto my top 5. Again, it sees pocket time. All of these knives, I carry a decent amount throughout any given week, any given month. They do see pocket time. It's just the actual top 5 are my number 1 go-tos. Those are the ones that see the most pocket time. Moving back into the top 2. And the top 2 doesn't really have a set number 1, number 2 spot. So let's just go with it. Talked about a couple of flippers. Let's talk about another fixed blade. And that's going to be this guy. This is the Bradford Guardian, little sneak peek there, which is why this is so high up on the list. But this is the Bradford Guardian 3. Easily one of, if not my all-time favorite fixed blade when it comes to just design, when it comes to aesthetics, when it comes to comfortability in the hand. There really isn't beating the Bradford Guardian 3. It is, in my opinion, the best EDC knife, the best pocket fixed blade that money can buy. And you can see here, I'll zoom in so you can really get a good look. All of this tape residue that's sitting on the blade. I just processed, let me show you here. This whole box of cardboard, let's zoom back out. This whole box of cardboard is filled. I probably have 5 or 6 boxes that I've processed just today with the Guardian 3. And I did customize this. Did a little leather working. It's not pretty at all. You can see here I absolutely butchered the leather right here from punching these holes. The pocket clip is crooked, but it works, and it works really, really well. And since I added the deep carry pocket clip on here, this has been literally the most I've ever carried a fixed blade. And again, it just goes back to the Bradford Guardian 3. This one is the burlap micarta and M390. I love this knife. If I had to pick one fixed blade to keep, sell the rest of my fixed blades, get rid of the rest of them, this is the one I'm keeping. Even though there are some that I enjoy to use and carry and honestly sort of prefer over this one, mainly the Fieldspec by BMKT. This just has a better overall design to it that keeps drawing me back day in, day out. If I'm going for a fixed blade, this is the one I'm picking, hands down. There's no competition, there's no doubt about it. The Bradford Guardian 3 is, in my opinion, on the market right now, the best fixed blade. 1, it's USA made. 2, pretty sure it's a lifetime warranty. I'm gonna have to look at that, but pretty sure this has a lifetime warranty on it. And then on top of that, the price. I wanna say this configuration with the burlap micarta M390, they make them in Magna Cut right now, but the M390 right now is, I wanna say I paid close to $190, $200 for this, which is not a bad price. You could get Guardian 3s on Amazon in AEBL steel for like $100, $110. Same sheath, same overall ergonomics, but just AEBL steel, which is a solid, hard use steel that does its job. I actually, before I got that one, had the black micarta AEBL steel Bradford Guardian 3 and used the crap out of it. Ended up losing it, still don't know where it went. Suffered a loss there, but it gave me an excuse to pick up another one, and honestly, that one is so much better. With the stone wash, the flat grind on there, and just the overall package makes that my favorite fixed blade. Now let's talk about my favorite folding knife. And if you've been on the channel for any amount of time, you know this is no surprise. We're talking about the Reeve Umnumzaan. And if we get a close up on here, you'll see right there, just this thing has seen some use. Pocket clip is building up a really nice patina, and even have a lanyard on there with a little Timascus bead. Zoom back out. but the Umnumzaan by Reeve is, in my opinion, really just the peak of folding knives. Zoom back in. Sorry, I'm doing this zoom in, zoom out kind of thing. But just the overall quality on this knife. You can see maybe some tape residue from some boxes I've been cutting up. I cut up a lot of boxes. Over the last like month or so, I've just been breaking down boxes in my spare time. Let me... This is still boxes I have to break down. This is all just trash that is yet to be broken down. I have so much cardboard to break down all the time. The cardboard just never stops. There's always more cardboard. So I get to use my knives pretty frequently. But the Reeve Umnumzaan, when it comes to folding knives, this is by far just my favorite. It's comfortable. The lines on this knife really just form so good in the hand. The jimping on the back here, again, I'm going to zoom in. Just that fine-tooth jimping on the back it's not aggressive, but it is aggressive enough to just keep your thumb where it's at. And even the little harpoon swedge up here is just the perfect, like, you really just need to grind on something. It just, overall, it's just such a solid knife. And one that I have a really hard time taking out of the pocket. You know, this is the one I go to. You know, during the day, it's either this or it's this. If I had to keep two knives in my entire collection, these are the two that I'm keeping. Because they're just that good. If you can find an Umnumzaan, do it. This one, again, this is the S45 Umnumzaan. Comes in a little bit cheaper than the MagnaCut, but in a pocket knife, I prefer the S45 over MagnaCut. I think MagnaCut is definitely suited for fixed blades, hard use, stuff like that. In a pocket knife, in a folding knife, I think MagnaCut is just a little overrated, which is why I went with the S45 XM18. It's why I went with S45 Umnumzaan, because if it's good enough for Reeve, guess what? It's good enough for me. And S45 does its job. It's better than S30V. It's better, polarizing opinion, I think it's better than M390. But just the blade shape on this one, the usability of the Tonto. I haven't really sharpened this, so we'll see if this is still in my top 5 when it comes to sharpening. But I have touched it up a little bit, and it wasn't too bad. The Tonto is a little daunting, and I'm a little scared that I'm going to mess it up when I go to sharpen it. But that is for later me, because as long as I just keep touching it up, then I shouldn't have to sharpen it for a while. But that's my top 5. That is my top 5 plus some knives of my collection over the last little bit. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if this button is still red. If it still says subscribe, go ahead and hit that. Go ahead, check out the 2 years of content that I have on this channel. If you like what you see, leave a comment down below what your guys' top 5 knives are, or your favorite one out of the ones you've seen here. And with all that out of the way, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.